to exercise their right to reply, to indicate their intention by notifying the audio colleagues at the desk behind me. Now I'll go to the next speaker.
Thank you very much. My name is Hasmi Karutyunyan. I'm representing the NGO Protection of Rights Without Borders from Armenia. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, accountability for serious violations of international law is crucial for the effective functioning of justice systems and prevention for violations in the future. Serious human rights violations, which amount also to international crimes, require relevant response, including creation of mechanisms mandated to establish the facts and circumstances of violations, collect, preserve, and analyze the information and evidence, and identify those responsible. Civil society organizations are important actors and partners for national authorities and international accountability mechanisms in the collective pursuit of justice and accountability for human rights violations. With that in mind, in the autumn of 2020, when Azerbaijan launched hostilities against Nagorno-Karabakh, the NGO Protection of Rights Without Borders, together with partner organizations, initiated fact-finding mission of gross violations of Geneva Conventions committed by Azerbaijan. The fact-finding conducted by civil society organizations revealed and evidenced the war crimes and other violations of international humanitarian law and human rights norms that occurred during and after 44-day war waged by Azerbaijan. Those violations include, but are not limited to, beheading of civilians, torture and willful killing of prisoners of war, enforced disappearances, shelling of civilian objects, and many more. Moreover, dozens of Armenian prisoners of war continue to be held as hostages in Azerbaijan as a result of sham trials in a clear violation of Geneva Convention. In some instances, perpetrators use social media accounts of victims to contact the families and post content with execution of their family member. This was done to escalate the suffering of the family. Today, they enjoy absolute impunity. Azerbaijan is not willing to bring them to justice. Moreover, some of them are decorated with state medals. Azerbaijan leadership publicly interprets lack of adequate response from international community as an endorsement of its actions. Armenia is also committed to peace, but Azerbaijani actions speak for themselves. Impunity opens room for further violations. The Ankara case and the gross humanitarian violations by Azerbaijan clearly show that rights and safeguards for the protected persons would remain on paper unless all state parties to the Geneva Conventions take a more active stance vis-à-vis states engaged in committing widespread violations and actively apply existing mechanisms for individual sanctions for human rights abuses or war crimes. Ladies and gentlemen, respectful human rights advocates, such position is needed from you towards Ankara and Ankara Armenians as a proof of your readiness to stand for victims of gross human rights violations and meaningful justice for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, at the left on the back. Yes, please.
Thank you, moderator. Anna Pogwist, EU delegation to the OSCE on behalf of the EU member states. We wish to thank the organizers, the Maltese CIO and ODIHR, for this excellent event. We took a good note of the remarks from the opening panel. We are very pleased to hear from the newly appointed special representative on civil society.